Yes. What do you need?
I might put the dogs upstairs or in here.
Hold on, guys. Just a second.
So Joe doesn't feed.
Just close the door then.
I'll wait until Joe's here.
Okay. Then you can close the door. Thank you, though. I mean, I'm in here with them, so they're good. Sorry, guys. That is not how I wanted to start my broadcast. Somebody walked in the second it came on live. So welcome to Furball Friday. We are back. Let's see. And it looks like, I'm going to have to message Veronica. It looks like it will not let online psychic readings be connected. So I'm going to message her as well and let her know that is not connected. That way, those people that want to watch that can watch it. So hold on one second. I don't normally do this. This is not how you want to start a broadcast, especially on YouTube. But let me go ahead and message. Let me just message Veronica and let her know that one's not working. For those of you just logging on, please feel free to let me know where you're listening from. Say hello before we get going. While I message, I'm just going to let Veronica know here because I'd like everybody to be able to log on. There's a lot of people that log on through online psychic readings. And for some reason, there we go, Veronica. Let's see here. I'm just going to say, let's see. My live will not go live on online psychic readings. I cannot fix that one. Thanks. All right, that way she'll know. So, because we have audiences on all these different platforms, so that way she knows that it's not working. All right, it happens. Welcome. Thank you for your patience, guys. I'm down in the living room today with a couple of cats, and you can see Jackie up here, the little windowsill, my little Jack Russell. Welcome. I'm going to say hi to everybody in a second. We are getting back into Furball Fridays, which I used to do. And the same thing applies. Create a sacred space for yourself for this sacred hour with spirit. And make sure that you leave your baggage at the door so you're open and relaxed and ready to receive. Okay. I will try to get to as many of you as I can today. I'm going to make one exception for today's Furball Friday for two reasons. One, Friday, the last few weeks, well, a couple months actually has been, it has been for regular readings, just general readings, not necessarily animal readings. Although I do animal readings in our regular readings. So if you come Monday or Wednesday, I will always do animal readings. Okay. The other thing is there were so many people the last couple times I was on that I had to leave and not finish their readings. And I've been at the barn so late, I have not gotten to get on and comment to people's readings that I didn't get to. So I will make an exception today, today only. I will do, some of those regular readings that are non-animal, non-nature readings, but I am really going to try to get back to keeping this for animals and nature only, because we really need to make sure that we dedicate some time and dedication just to that. Okay. And I want to make sure that we get to do that as well. Okay. All right. So let's see who is on here. I'm going to have to leave that for Veronica to deal with. Unfortunately, we're not live on there now, but we'll do our best. Let's see here. Kira, welcome. I should probably go back up to the top here. Let me go up here. All right. So we have Paul, welcome. Goody Tulane. Let's see, who is this here? Camellia Dutton, welcome. Let's see, we have Kawizi, Kira, Brenda, good to see you, Brenda. I know you've been waiting for us to get back to your reading as well. Maria, hello, welcome. And let's see, that's who we have right now. Great, welcome. All right, so let me go up here. Hopefully Veronica got my message, and I should probably put it in the group as well. Accepting the, let's see, which one is that? That's online psychic readings. Some of you, how many of you listen to that one normally? The online psychic readings page. Okay. We have like a group chat too, and they can maybe assist with that. All right. So guys, why is this so important? For those of you that are new on here, and some of you are not, if you're watching on YouTube, you may have to go through and register on StreamYard so that I can see who you are. So for those of you logging on, if you come up, it's just like iPhone and it doesn't come up as an actual reading like person, that may be why. I highly encourage you guys to follow my YouTube page. However, you may find that that's an issue. So if I'm asking who you are, that's why. All right, let's see what we have up here. Let's see. Oh, okay. So we are starting with people wanting people readings. Okay. So again, guys, I will do some human readings today, just because I normally don't on Fridays, because I normally do on Fridays, and I didn't get to other readings. But after today, this is only for animals and nature. Okay, like animal guides, animal totems, animal mediumship, animal communication. We really need to keep a time dedicated to that alone. Okay. So let's see here. I'm going to do this here. Hello, Larkin. Any messages from my grandmother, Wilma? She had passed on. Thank you. Happy Mother's Day tomorrow to all the moms. Okay. So is this an older chat? Happy Mother's Day tomorrow. Huh. Well, it looks like you're on there now. Let's see. We're up in the 60s today in Pennsylvania. Rain all day long. Yes, rain here too. You guys can see. Have to run next time. Okay. All right. All right, Paul. We'll see you next time. Thank you for being here. I'm good today. Goody Tulane. Thank you for asking. We'll get back to Paul's grandma next time. Let's see. You made it, Brenda. Awesome. So for those of you that maybe were wondering what was going on, if you were trying to get on the online psychic readings, it's not connecting today. So Camelia Dutton. So today we're doing animal readings, non-human animal readings. So if you have a question about an animal totem, animal spirit guides, an animal that has crossed over, or animal communication, if you could please ask that and put that in the comments. Spirit tries, I'm very thorough, and Spirit's been trying to help me sort of speed up so I can get to more people. And so Spirit's suggestion to me was, please ask them to be more specific so that you can get right to the point. I don't need an item or something to hold or anything like that, but there needs to be some sort of connection. And sometimes the connection comes through from the other side, which is why I just do, I do reverse readings, but it just helps me include more people. From South Africa, welcome. That's so awesome. Let's see. Kawezi wants to hear from Sky. Guys, don't forget, this is for animals today. Animals, non-human animals. So, Kawezi, this is, again, and this is good for a lot of you guys to hear. When Spirit's on the other side, a lot of times, like, we still have the mentality of wanting to converse with them and talk to them the way we did here, like in chit chat, like small conversation, asking all sorts of little things, that sort of thing, right? Yeah, you couldn't on Facebook, Brenda, because I wasn't on yet. You can, that's where I'm live. I'm live all over my Facebook pages right now and my YouTube pages. So I'm definitely live there. The only one that's having an issue on Facebook is the online psychic readings for some reason, but that's Veronica's page. So she'll have to reconnect that for me. So, I mean, Sky's, your grandmother and your father and Sky all have the same messages for you, Kweezy. It's all the same. And if you want different messages, you're going to have to do what they've instructed you already. So, in other words, they're supporting you, they're encouraging the music, they're wanting you to get out of your comfort zone and take action. And so, Sky is, he's huge support for you, like huge support. He's like the one that's like, come on, buddy, you got this. Like, let's go. You can do this. He's that kind of support. And and stand by and watching and supporting you. And standing by and supporting you consistently, and enjoying watching you go through these processes and learning what you need to learn. I think for you, because I love that you're on all my lives, and I think what would really be cool for you is if you deepened your own, which they would love as well, your own ability to connect and communicate with them as well. I think that would just blow you away, beyond the feelings that you get from them, and the dream interactions that you've had. I think that's really like this yearning to get on and get messages from them. I think it would be so cool if you could experience them on a daily basis. Sorry, I didn't put Kweezy's up here. And the reason that I'm saying this is because your curiosity to always ask us as readers what they have for you, because the messages will be so generally the same until you shift each level of where you are, because they don't have an ego. So they're not going to do small talk with you. They're going to do the same general message that they know is in your best interest, right? So if you want the sort of I don't want to call it the high, but if you want the high or the excitement or the feeling of that connection on a different level, one of the ways to satisfy that is to really enhance your own ability to interact with them. To see signs and symbols that Sky is giving you, to be able to sit down and write a question, and then know that tell the difference between the answer that's coming in, that's your thought, and the answer that's actually from Sky. And this is the next level that like your dad and your grandmother and Sky would really like you to move into, because you're so like, you're right on the edge there, and you can feel like when I'm giving you messages or another reader is giving you messages, they're showing me, you can feel like you've got a yay or nay, a validation going or whatever. But that is part of your going to the next level. And that in turn is also going to transform your material world and your material manifestations. Right. And I know you miss, like Sky knows you miss your conversations, and you miss the laughter, and you feel the way that you were understood. You feel that level of being understood and being in sync and on the same page. But, he wants you to know you're going to find that again with other people here in this world, whereby you can have like human style conversations with them as well. Okay. Let's see. Thank you, Kweezy, for being here. And next time, like, ask him a question. Find like a question or guidance, or ask him for validation that he is there for you, and see what comes up. Let it go. Ask it and then let it go. Don't have expectations, and see what happens. I think you're going to be surprised at, as you start to practice that, what will come through. Okay. I love having you on here. Thank you for being here. Let's see. So, let's see. Goody Tulane. Yes, you told me to come back. Busy girl you are. Yes, I am. You have no idea. I'm going on 2 to 4 hours sleep a night. Okay, so Goody Tulane, if you are there, can you go ahead and put your question in the comments, please? I'm going to try to get to as many people as I can. I know there were so many people. I don't know why we had such a long line last week of people. Let's see. Let's see. From Matt and Medin, welcome. I hope I'm saying that right. Linda Swan, welcome. Hi, Michelle. Let's see. So basically you're a medium too. Yeah. Let's see. Here, Goody Tulane, I'm going to get you up here. So yeah, Kawizi, I mean, we all have the ability to, I shouldn't use the word all, but we all do. We all have the connection. We all have a strong intuition, which is the foundation of all psychic abilities. And that's something that I help the people in my Awakening Your Intuition course to learn, is to build confidence in that. And so all psychic abilities are basically just tuning into the subtleties. Yay, Veronica fixed it. Thank you, Veronica. So basically, if you practice and you learn to pay attention to those subtleties, if you learn to trust and listen to your intuition, and you learn to differentiate between your thoughts in your mind and your intuition, which is the voice of your soul, then yes, it doesn't mean it won't take practice. It's something we have to practice. And I was fortunate enough to be able to keep that in my arena as a child. My parents didn't thwart that. But for most people, that is cut off mostly by religion, by whatever religion their parents throw them into, or a lack of religion. Maybe they're a science family. Like I was from a science family, but my parents didn't do that. They're told, oh, that's ridiculous, that's fake, that's pretend. So by the time you're 6 or older, you think that those subtleties you're picking up on are not real. So yeah, you just have to sort of relearn those things. Okay. All right. I'm in Salida, Colorado. Welcome. My sister lived in Colorado for a few years and loved it. Who is my animal guide? And did my old dog send me a new puppy? Bless you. I love that question. This is great. So we'll get into your animal guide in a moment. Like you've got more than one. Oh, so yes, your dog that passed sent you a new puppy. Yes. Now here's the really cool part about this and why I love this question. And don't forget, guys, hi, Linda Owen. If you like this, and Paul, you're there. Great. Good. We'll get back to you, buddy. I love this question because most people are so into getting readings about other people and their families and their relations. They often don't think about how complex, intricate, and immaculate the connection with non-human animals is, and between themselves. So animals can also be in our soul family. And, a lot of times they're extensions of our energy. They're coming to actually support our energy, especially if we're sensitive or we're empaths here in this world. Okay. So, so often when an animal passes, they already have a soul relationship with the new animals that are going to be coming into your life. And they will often send the next animal your way. I mean, I have, a bunch of cats right now at my house that I've either adopted or I'm fostering and I'm going to find homes for. And, they find us, they cross our paths. And some of them I know that I have seen before. Some of them my husband and I know were sent, like by our cat that passed away last year. So this does happen. And yes, that did happen. And, your older dog and your puppy, their souls both know it. It's like, okay, one got off duty and the other one went on duty. And dogs ground us, Goody Tulane. So they help keep us grounded in physical manifested reality here, because dogs have a very down to earth energy. Okay, very down to earth energy. And so obviously you need that dog energy in your life. And Yeah, the puppy showed up for duty. So that's a great question. Now, I have a couple energies coming in for your animal guides. Such a great question. These are the types of things that we also learn and go over in our Awakening Your Intuition Mastermind, which is such a fun program. We have a whole chapter on animal communication, animal guides, and totems. And first of all, I would recommend get Animal Speak. Get the book Animal Speak. Animal Wise is the next level, but I would start with Animal Speak because that gives you the basic. You can look up the descriptions of what these different animals represent in your life. And when you see certain animals, or you keep coming across them, or you dream of them, or you think of them, because perhaps maybe your animal totem's a polar bear, and you're never in a location where you see a polar bear, right? So what happens is that those animals will show up in some way or another because you need that energy. And sometimes they show up differently in different parts of your life. Okay. Or different times of your life, excuse me. So you can look these up, Goody Tulane. Linda, please be specific. We're doing animal readings today, non-human animal readings. So if you have an animal communication or mediumship question, you can post that in here and I will start. You have Animal Speak. Wonderful. Oh, that's great. Yeah, it is amazing. So, so I asked to bring one or more animal guides up for you, and I didn't mean to put amazing on there, but that's okay. Hold on a second. Let me scroll up here. Welcome. Thank you from Wales, Linda Owen, for saying hello. Oh, okay, good. So I was supposed to bump that other message off because look at this one. The new pup does so many things that the old one did. Wow. Yes. And they will. A lot of times they do that if they're a reincarnation of the old one, but sometimes they will do that if they have just learned from or observed, and or you have a resonating energy with the new pet. They'll do that as well. So as far as animal guides go, first of all, I'm seeing a beaver. So understand, you can look this up for yourself, but I'm going to get you what they're showing me as far as what stands out most importantly for you as an animal guide. Okay. Having an animal guide. The beaver is very industrious and tenacious. The beaver is, it has a thick skin and it's able to be in multiple types of worlds, right? It lives basically, it builds this little house basically under the water, like a little cave under the water. So it's aquatic, but it's also a land mammal. So this beaver goes between worlds, is independent, is industrious, is a builder, is a creator. Look at all the wonderful qualities. Is adaptable, right? It's got the webbed feet, but it's also got the sharp claws. So, and is very resourceful with tools. So the beaver is a really, really good animal guide to have because it's representative of strength, industrialness, adaptability, creativity, the ability to create and manifest. So this is a wonderful animal guide to have. And I would look more into that and connect with that energy because that's very powerful for you. Okay. Understand that the animal guides both take on qualities that we have and qualities that are our potential that we need to be learning and have reflected. Okay. So both of those are very important. Let's see. So then I also have for you, so it looks like a white bird. I thought it was a crane, but they're showing me no, it's an egret. That's the white egret with the yellow bill. So look that up as well. And I'm asking, what are the qualities in which benefit you here for that? Hi, Kate. Thanks for saying hello. And some of the qualities that are associated with this is, again, also adaptable. Air and earth is important. Patience. And also, so the egret will often wait patiently, right, for its food, for a fish to come by, but also acuity and accuracy. Goody Delane, acuity and accuracy. Okay. So that's showing me those are either qualities and traits that you already have, or they're qualities and traits that have strong potential in you that you are cultivating. Okay. Very strong and precise, but at the same time, very, what's the word? Can be delicate and gentle, right? So delicate and gentle, but very precise. Their bill is like a spear. Okay. And then I'm also getting, the bobcat. So the bobcat, I'm asking what is most for them. Okay. So the bobcat is super, super silent hunter. It's very curious. It's small enough to maneuver and hide in places that larger predators cannot, but it's still strong and fierce and independent. And don't be fooled, guys, just like your house cats, it's not we talk about, people always think cats like to be alone. Cats are actually very loving and social. What they want and need is they need you. They want you to come uninvited to them. Okay. They have so much to teach us. So, anyway, look those up in your animal speak book. That would be wonderful. Okay. And thank you for letting me read for you. All right. Let's see. If you can, Paul, let's go back up to you. Again, guys, just for today, I will do some, those of you that came back for readings that you didn't get a human reading the other day, I'm going to do that. Ordinarily, this is just for the animals. But I'm going to scroll back up here, Paul, for you since you were on here. And guys, if you wouldn't mind, like I said, Spirit said, please just, I know, Brenda, we're going to get to you. I've got you starred. You're definitely on my list here. So we will do the regular mediumship today, but then just after you come next week, when you guys come, just know we're just doing animal readings on Friday. Okay. New Zealand. Great. Linda Swan. Okay, I'm scrolling up back here to Paul. Guys, don't forget, just, Amy, I saw you on here from last week as well, from earlier in the week. So I'll star you as well for a regular reading. I see your question, Michelle, about animal spirits. So we'll get back to you. And Kira, about your cat. Awesome. I'm just going back up. We're going to do Paul here first. Ella G's. Okay, I've got you starred too. All right. All right. I'm just going back to you, Paul. Sorry about that. She would have been 15 years old. Wow. Thank you. Okay. Paul, I have to keep scrolling up. Okay, here we go. Okay. I think that one I read from you in the beginning, Paul, was from another reading from another day. Pretty sure it was. Okay. All right. Hello, Larkin. Lost our, looks like beloved Holly dog. She passed it home. Oh, good. That's wonderful. They prefer to pass it home. Had her for 14 years. It's not easy. I'm looking for a new one. Yes, the border collie. Oh, Saturday would have been her birthday. Oh my goodness, bless your heart. Hold on, let me tune in for her. Guys, I appreciate that. I love to do cold readings, but because I'm so thorough, I do appreciate when you guys give me something to work with so that I can get right to the point of the message and the validation. That's very helpful, okay? And usually that's where spirit will guide me. Wow, how sweet. So first of all, Paul, she's so sweet and happy. She's very, very happy. She's just fine. She's at peace. She's, I don't know with your clairs, what is stronger for you, what you can feel or sense. I find that dogs, especially when they pass, they really try to be near us. They really try to comfort us. They really try to let us know they're okay. And they want to bring not just the comfort, but dogs want to bring the joy really back into our lives. They want us to be like, hey, it's fine. Like, look, I'm right here. And so she was sitting patiently initially while I was connecting with her. And then as soon as she saw I connected with her, and I just have chills, like you can see it makes me all bubbly. I love them. I miss my border collies so much. So this is very precious to me, actually. She immediately started to do that thing they do, where like the border collie, where they like bow down and they look up at you and their heads like between their paws. I know a lot of dogs do that. But for those of you that haven't had a border collies do this in a really special way. And then she started doing that little zigzag like wiggle thing. You know how they do. Like for those of you who don't know, Paul knows, a border collie will kind of go like this with their body. Like they have like an extended vertebrae, like not as extreme, but like greyhounds do. And like horses do. And so that allows them to have a more flexible neck and back, and they can do this cool little wiggly thing. And that's what she's doing right now. But keeping really straight eyes on you, Paul. The biggest thing is, she's saying you absolutely did the right thing. My border collie also passed at 15. She says, you did all the right things by me. And what that tells me, and I have big chills. When I get big chills, that means spirit saying, yes, you're sharing the way I want and need you to share. Thank you. So that's my thank you from them. Okay. But what she's saying is that you did the right things because you listened to her intuitively. You followed your intuition as far as what to do with her, what process to go through, listening to what her needs were. And, she's like, you allowed her to keep her dignity. You allowed her to keep her dignity, which to them is very, 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 very important. Okay. So that's one of the things you gave her. She's also very grateful and thankful that she got to pass at home. That's really where she wanted to be. She says that's where her heart is. Okay. Her heart was with you. Her heart was at home. And that was very important to her. Okay. So she wants to thank you for that as well. So were you, she is showing me that because there are no goodbyes, there are no regrets. Like everything is just as it should be. But she's showing me that you need to not worry about anything, like going back over your mind. Was there anything else that you should have done or needed to do? Was there any more of anything else from her that you needed to get or do for her? She shows me you have some things to represent her. It looks like, are you going to keep her collar? Are you going to put her collar with like a little memorial that you have for her? Are you going to be doing that? Because, she's showing me that, that's something you could do. I don't know if it's you are doing it or you're thinking about doing it. She's not connected to her body anymore, but she says that you are honoring her, and she's so grateful for that. She loves that you are honoring her physical self and her physical body as well. She's also showing me a photograph of her. It looks like she's either in a yard or out in land. It's her standing sideways. It's like a profile of her, and there's a lot of green in the back. It looks like she might have been maybe between like, I don't know why I'm just getting a range. I'm getting between like 3 and 7. And it was just, she doesn't want to say it's the happiest day of her life because she had so many happiest days of her life with you. But it was a day she absolutely and completely loved. And she says that you have this photograph that was taken of her. I'm not seeing who took it. I don't know if you took it or someone else took it, but she's showing me that, this is how she is in this embodiment of joy and freedom and happiness. And she wants to thank you for that lifestyle. As far as, seeking to reconnect and like inviting another dog into your world. I want to say something about this while we're on this reading still, because I think this is really important. And Paul, I know you can receive this, so I want to use this as an opportunity to share with everyone about this, because this always comes up. I find that this always comes up. So I'm trying to keep noise down here. I find that this always comes up for people, and I don't see this connected to you, Paul. Okay. And I'll scroll down here as well. But this is still important. I'm going to take this opportunity to share it. Okay. It's very, very important, guys, that when you lose a pet, a non-human animal, that you don't let the ego infuse guilt upon you. It's very easy to do that. In other words, when we are grieving, and it's different for everyone, guys. So I'm not saying you have to go out and get another animal, but I want to share something with you that I learned from my family, and it was what my family always did growing up. Okay. And that is that when we have an animal in our home or in our life, they are creating and holding a space of unconditional love. They're doing so much more for you than you realize. If it's a dog, it's grounding you. They have forms of intelligence that we don't have, and they share forms of intelligence with us that we don't recognize about them because we are so caught up in our egoic selves. We are so caught up in hearing English words or whatever our country is, reading things. We pick up on body language. We get so caught up in that the animals kind of get pushed aside, which is why I'm so picky about this Friday being just dedicated to animals. Okay. But when an animal passes away, understand that they are never, ever, ever insulted or hurt or made less than or demeaned or disrespected when you go out and get another animal. You have to follow your intuition as to when you're ready to do that. But I hear so often, I hear people saying, yes, in the afterlife, Paul, you'll definitely see her there. You have it. Oh, you have her collar. Yes. Oh, the collar or the picture? Yes. Well, that's what she's showing me. The collar, and she's showing me the picture. Yay, that you relate to that. I'm so excited. That's so awesome. I love it. I love when they show me things. Guys, I get just as excited when animals and people share things with me that are validated by you as you do if you've never had a reading. Like, I'm just as excited and surprised because I don't know you or your dog from Adam, right? But anyway, this is so important to understand that when that animal leaves your life in the physical form, and I get such chills when I say this, it makes me want to cry, not because I'm sad, because the energy is so strong, it's hard for my body to contain it. They have created a sacred space, and you have created and held a space of love for them. So when a non-human animal departs from your life, it has left this honored space. And so when people say, oh, I want another animal so bad, but I just can't, I couldn't do that to Rover, do it. If you've provided a good home, if you have the means, if you have the time, allow another animal into that space, because your animal souls that have returned to the other side would love nothing more than for the space that they created and left to be, it's there. They've left it there for another non-human animal to receive your love, to give you love. They're not jealous or hurt or upset about that. Okay, that's your ego telling you that. So just know there might be another animal soul waiting out there for you. Okay. And so, and they'll come to you. So if you guys have lost a pet and all of a sudden one comes into your life, or you have this strong feeling that you need to, but you feel guilty, get rid of the guilt. The guilt is ego. Okay. The guilt is ego. So I love it. You have it all. Yeah. Oh, I love her. Paul, I love her so much. She's making me miss my border collie, but I love her so much because she was here waiting for you and she's such a clear communicator. And I love that. I love that she showed me those things. I think that's amazing. But she wants to thank you for that. And she sees that. And that's a tenderness between you. You guys, she's one of your soul dogs, Paul. So you are connected and she will be playing over there, nearby and visiting you for a while. She's going to keep visiting you like this. Or whenever you talk to her, she can bounce in and out of what she's doing and back with you all the time. I also want to share another piece of tidbit about her, Paul. You're welcome. Non-human animals have jobs too, guys. They're on their own soul evolution and they have jobs as well. Okay. Yep. The dog just smiled, Koizi, but they have jobs as well. And, she's pretty cool because I've seen a lot of dogs that come often as packs and groups with other dogs in their soul family to help collect them when dogs transition over, right? Because a lot of them have, they'll come for other dogs. So they not only have people and angels and things there when they transition, but they also have dog packs, right? They're packs because dogs are both an individual and a collective energy. But here's one I haven't seen before that I know is true, but this is what she's doing. Just like before we incarnate, we go to a garden and our teachers and our guides and our loved ones as souls can come and give us gifts to pack our earthly suitcase with to bring with us. The dogs do this too. And not only do they do it, but they also help prepare and guide other canine souls for their mission on Earth. I didn't know this until now. I mean, I've never thought about it. I guess it's in my cosmic memory. I'm obviously connecting to it. But she wants you to know, Dad, I still have a job. And she's so enthusiastic and she loves it. And what she's doing is when a dog's soul decides they want to come into this world, she helps them put together what they're going to do, where they're going to go, what type of dog they're going to be, what they want to learn. She helps them build a connection of who and how they're going to help the humans or the other animals that are in their life. And I think you should definitely know that. I think it's absolutely amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So yes, you have her cremated in a box. Yes. But she is there with you and she meets you on the astral plane, just like people do, Paul. I'm going to leave you with this. She tells me sometime within the next year, you have it all. Yeah. That's what she shows me. And you should. That's her, her earthly energy is in that. And within the next year, I see you're going to have another one, another pup come into your life. She's on the TV stand. Yeah. Is that in the living room, Paul? Because she was showing me, her remains being in a living room type setting. So I don't know if it's a den or a family room or a living room, but she's showing me the TV. Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for letting me read for you. And please keep me posted. She's not showing me what type of pup for you within the next year, but she is showing me that, really active, intelligent, dogs are a really good match for you because you can handle them and communicate and talk with them. That border collie energy is really in alignment with you. Okay. Wonderful. Thank you for letting me read for you, Paul. It's always a pleasure. You just got a Dalmatian mystic. Oh, they're super smart too. That's amazing. Let's see. Let's see, connect with animal. Oh, it is such a joy. It is, it's just so wonderful. It's heaven to my heart. Hi, Maxine, welcome. All right, let's go see if Brenda's up here. We're going to flip back to people for just a minute. Hi, Maggie. Guys, this is for animals today and only animals. However, for those of you that just popped on, if you hear me doing a non-animal reading today, or a human reading, or animals too, is because I had people that I had promised on Monday and Wednesday who did not get a reading on my Monday and Wednesday this week. And Friday was for a while regular readings, not just animal readings. So if you see that, please know we are actually still doing animal readings. That's what we're doing. We're doing animal readings. But I'm going to take Brenda because Brenda's waited since Wednesday, and I told her to come back here. Maggie, I see you. I've got you started, okay? All right. Yes, Paul, she's with your mom. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. Your mom greeted her. Nico, I see you. Cat Rescue, yes. Geraldine, welcome. Amanda, welcome. Sunshine, welcome. All right, let's see here. We are having a great day. I'm just going back up to Brenda here. I know what Brenda wants, but let's see. I'm looking for you, Brenda. Yes, Ella Geez, it is possible for another pet to visit you through the pet that they're with. However, they do prefer to come directly. They do prefer that. Hi, Rebecca. I'm starring you guys, okay? Hi, Linda Owen. I've got you starred. I'm just going back up to Brenda because she's been waiting since Wednesday. Animal guide. Well, I'm doing Meet Your Spirit Guides. Maybe I should do a Meet Your Animal Guides as well. Okay. Is it possible for a pet on the other side to what? I don't see that one. I'm going to star that. Alyssa G's. Gloria, you'd love to know your guide. Okay. Trying to get through you guys. I just want, hi, Simon. I didn't see you before. Welcome. And Rebecca. Thank you guys for your patience. There's so many people asking for readings here. All right. Brenda, let me know if you're still on here because I know what you want. I just wanted to put your comment up so everybody could see it. But can you let me know if you're still here? I think you are. You're very patient. I can see you, Rebecca. Yes. Yes, Brenda. Okay, you're there. All right. So, guys, for those of you who don't know, so I'm going to take a few minutes since Brenda's been waiting since Wednesday, even though this is only animals. So this is, if you guys want a person reading, come back on Monday for Angels in Action. But I'm going to take Brenda since she's been waiting. There was this soul that came in when I was doing readings on Monday who came in for another person piggybacking on another reading. Brenda was not there yet, but he came in and nobody claimed or identified with him. But thanks, Paul. You have a great night too. Great movie, Paul. Great movie. But when she came back on Wednesday, she was like, hey, is that sandy-haired, dark blonde-haired gentleman, slim gentleman with a white shirt still around? And I was like, well, yeah, he's showing up. He's still here. So let's go ahead and connect back with him. So Brenda, were you thinking of coming to the reading on Monday? Because I'm wondering why he showed up on Monday. So let's, we'll try to validate that. Spirit knows who's here, guys. Spirit knows who's here. So I thought it was interesting that nobody claimed him on a concert. Awesome. Okay. That's great. Yeah, Night Ranger, got it. Awesome. I'm not up on all the hip stuff, so. But anyway, no one claimed him. And then Brenda surprised me when she showed up on Wednesday and she was like, excuse me, is that gentleman still here? So that's great. So Brenda, were you trying to or thinking about getting on Monday by any chance? I'm just curious if you were. We're reading for you now, so I put this there. Because I think it's interesting that he showed up on Monday, but let's verify and make sure this is really the person that you're looking for. So let's see today. Yes, Sister Christian. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. That helps. You can. Okay. So when, let's see, today he's looking the same. He's wearing actually a white V-neck shirt and like dark jeans, not black, but like dark navy blue jeans and sort of casual shirt. Just coming pretty plain and simple here. He's obviously really wanted to get through. He says, because I ask why come through, because I want to verify this is actually a soul for you, Brenda. So let's verify some things here. He's got a really interesting energy, but I'm understanding why he came through on another reading. He actually is, he's struggling to communicate clearly, but he was able to show me how he appears. Thank you, NC0005. So when a soul is, sometimes they will come through visually, but have trouble getting a clear message. Sometimes it's the other way around. So I just have to fight my way through this for and with him. Yes, Kawezi, they do come around. Pay attention to the subtleties, Kawezi. This is part of your practice. So usually when this happens, Brenda, there's some sort of block, trauma and block. And the trauma is usually now being carried by the people that are still in the world here. But when the soul who has passed on the other side tries to connect, that makes it more difficult. It's like, it would be like if you and I met on either side of a field and a big cloud came and sat down in the middle. And you can visualize this. And you couldn't really clearly see the other person. He's here, Brenda, because he wants to say, oh, hi, Natalie. Thank you for letting me know, Natalie. I never would have guessed that was you. He wants to say he's sorry, Brenda. He's sorry for departing early. He sees some, what is the word he's using? It's not disgruntled energy I'm feeling. It's sort of chaotic, misaligned energy that I'm feeling, that he says is on the part of his passing. Hi, Angela. Hold on here. Hold on, I gotta open the door and let the cat in. Angelo. Come on. Come on, Angelo. Oh boy, sorry guys. Come here, let me show them who you are. Sorry. I saw these little yellow legs and little white paws under the door. My husband has friends in the other room, so we had to lock the critters out because we have a gentleman friend who feeds our animals all sorts of things they're not supposed to eat. This little guy got locked out there. Okay. He says, Brenda, are you still there, Brenda? Let me know if you're there. Hi, Venetia. We're getting back to animals in a few minutes, honey. Hi, Christy Wilson. Welcome. Brenda, he's saying that there is some, okay, good. Yes. Yes, Brenda, this is your person. This is him. And he's trying really hard to communicate, but what he's sharing is he's saying there's some energy that really needs to be cleared. And he's very, he's not unhappy on the other side, Brenda. He's not, we're not like that on the other side. We're at peace on the other side. But when it comes to his interaction with those of you in this world, he's very, I don't want to use the word solemn because it's not a negative thing, but he's very serious on behalf of those who he left. He's giving me the feeling that there's, a very serious air. Thank you, Rebecca. A very serious air. Not like error, but air in regards to his passing. He's communicating mostly through feeling to me because he's having trouble articulating. Well, let's put it this way. He's having trouble. It's all vibrational frequency. I have to interpret. He's having trouble. Everything in a reading comes in very condensed, and you have to kind of unravel it and loosen it up when it comes in and then interpret it. And what he's having really hard time getting through in like a word by word way. Hi, Melanie. And so he's getting through best to me through feeling. And what he's showing me is surrounding his passing and or after his passing, there needs to be a release of a regret. There needs to be some level of mental and emotional forgiveness. He's just showing me a solemnness. And the solemnness is not him as a soul being unhappy. It's in watching and engaging those in the world that he left. And he's sharing that when this is cleared, and I'm asking him, how many people is this really affecting here that need to do this release? And he's showing me especially 2 to 3. There's a very strong emphasis on 2 to 3. That when that happens, he will be able to come through in a more thorough way. He wants to apologize for leaving when and how he left. Although all is still well. That word is important. All is still well. That could be me, his mom and sister. Let me see. Hold on, guys. Sorry. Here. Let me give you food down here. Here's food. Here. Sorry, guys. This is so rude of me. I didn't realize this cat was down here. I'm so sorry. Cat waits for me to get on lives, and then he takes big handfuls of food and he splitters it all over the room. So there's also so Brenda, yes. Definitely his mom and sister. Yes to you, but you're also more on the edge of trying to figure things out. You're more actively processing. But there's also, so he shows emphasis on 2 to 3 people, but he's also showing me a male energy. Okay. He's also showing me a male energy, another male energy that is still living, that is also holding some of these blocks. Okay. Guys, forgive me. I'll get back to the animal readings in a few minutes. This is important. I needed to do this. And this is something too, Brenda, you may want to, eventually, as you find, maybe you're having some breakthroughs, you may want to try to find someone to do like a paid reading, like where you can have more personal time to do this, or someone to help you work through this. And the reason I'm saying this, you don't know who this could be? Okay. I'll ask and see if he can show me, okay? The reason is, and this doesn't have to be me, it's whoever, I mean, whoever you trust, but you may want to eventually work through this more or have, if you can get them to do the reading with you. And the reason I'm saying this is because, like I've never had a soul not come through for me when I'm doing a reading, ever. Now, sometimes they'll say, okay, they're sort of in a cocoon, something super tragic has happened, but I still get information. I still identify where they are. Sometimes I might not get a lot of details. I might spend my whole time having to validate who it is and what it is. And there isn't much of a message because there's so much trauma and block on the people side. Or, that it has to be that way because the souls know how to better connect with us when they're on the other side. But when those blocks happen, they really do struggle because they have to work hard to communicate as well, right? We're all speaking a different language now. It's just frequency. But he obviously really wants to come through and he has the power to push through, because for him to have come on a night you weren't even there, and obviously you listened to my live or whatever, and you knew this is really important. And I want people to understand that if you go to a reader and they're, a good, trustworthy, authentic reader, and they're having trouble getting messages for you, it could be a lot of reasons, but a lot of times, most of the time, like if I have that issue, or they're not just freely sharing with me, or it's basically just like, hi, I'm here. I want them to know I'm here. And they show me they show me them so I can describe them. There's usually trauma or lack of forgiveness that's being held onto by the people still living. And those are things, hi, June. And those are things that have to be worked through. So the reason he came through on Monday is his priority. I can see, he's showing me in my thoughts here. His priority is to assist you all in moving on and letting go and releasing your blocks, because then he can come through more fully, and he will come through with joy and a smile and laughter and love. He's coming through with love, but that solemnness that I'm describing is representative of his reflection of those here in this world who can't let go. Okay, who are having trouble processing what and how things happened. So the most important thing he wants you to know is that he is okay, because that's going to be the first step in everyone moving on. Okay, he is okay. He is fine. And he is currently in the process of learning what he could have done differently here. Okay. He does connect, yes, through songs. He's also showing me through the wind, through like trees in the wind. Like if you're walking and there's a gust of wind, leaves blowing on you, that type of thing. He definitely does connect with you through song. So that's where the music part would come in. He's also saying he tries to connect with you through visuals, like paintings or images or things like that remind you of him. Okay. Oh, the wind chime, beautiful. That's wonderful. Yes. So I don't know how you can pass this on to his other loved ones, Brenda, how receptive they are to any of this. But it would be very powerful if you, at least bit by bit, can help them in this reassurance that he's okay. That's going to be hard. Yeah. One of the things you can do, Brenda, is you can exude that feeling. You can start the ball rolling. And the way we do this, and and he knows this, and this is what he's encouraging. The process has to be surrender and acceptance. So surrender to how you're feeling and what you're feeling and all the things you're thinking and believing. And just accept, because there's nothing you can change now. You have to accept it the way that it is. Right? Accept what happened as it did, because you cannot change it. When you do that, and only when you do that, can you move on, because that in and of itself is a block. Okay? The lack of forgiveness is the block for whatever happened, right? In any situation in our lives. So, acceptance and surrender. When you accept things as it is, it doesn't mean you condone it and you say it was okay. It means you are accepting the moment, as Eckhart Tolle says, as it is. And because there is only the now, when you accept the moment as it is, there is a release. And this is what he wants for you. Once the release happens, everyone can get back engaged with the flow of being that he's engaged in. He's engaged with the flow of being. Okay? And he is okay. And that's what matters. All right? I know this is hard. These are the types of things I work on in depth in the mastermind with my Awakening Your Intuition clients. We work through these things. We learn how to work these things, because guys, all this spiritual stuff, this metaphysical stuff needs to have a practical end. Do you understand, Brenda, that he is here for the practical outcome of those who have a block of his passing? That's why he's here. He's not here for himself because he's okay. He's learning. He's working through it. He's back to being his true, authentic soul, learning from how and what he did as a human. But you all are the ones that have the blocks that are sort of not only blocking receiving him, but blocking your own healing. He is already healed. Okay? So please take this with you. Follow your intuition. You'll be able to connect with him better now, Brenda, that we've had this reading, because I've done some energy breakthrough work with him for you. Okay. Isn't that interesting, June? You're welcome. I hope this helps. My expectations for my readings are always way over the top, but this is how it tends to work with trauma. So what I'd recommend is do what you can. You start the ball rolling. That energy will be contagious to others. The male person I'm thinking about is a friend, was a close friend. So it may not be in your circle, about the same age. And then come back and let me know. Okay. If you were in my mastermind, we would talk about it on Monday, but you can come back and, when there are shifts, come back and we'll read again. Okay. Let's see. My brother was his friend and he is there. Okay. Okay. There you go. So he can get some things through, but there'll be more of a breakthrough now that we've had this reading. So go for the feeling, because right now he gave me a visual, but you guys will probably get the thought and the feeling, and the thought's real easy to not identify because you think it's your own thoughts. All right. So be very careful about that. You're very welcome. Thank you for your patience. Guys, I thank you for all of your patience, because there's a lot of people on here and I always have to leave without getting to everyone. And I am overly thorough. So thank you for your patience. Okay. Blessings to you, Brenda. Thank you. All right. I'm going to scroll up here. All right, guys. I'm going. Let's see here. I went up too far. Hold on. Going to my little starred. So guys, I'll stay on a little while longer, and then I have to fight through the rain to get to the barn tonight to do the horses. But we will be back on Monday. All right, so let's see here. Guys, if I don't get to you, animal or non-animal reading, I will be back on at 4 on Monday. Monday at 4, my time. Okay, for Angels in Action. On that one, we do readings for people and animals. Okay. Ella said, geez, are you still there? Oh my gosh. Let's see. Your daughter's name is Camilla Kira. How beautiful. All right. People want to know about animal spirits. Ella said, geez, let me know if you're still there. You're pretty patient. I bet you're still there. Yes, you are. Hi. Ah, I missed your, oh man. Let me go back up to your Brody comment here. I see you, Angela. Okay. Hi, Natalie. Going back up to your comment. I accidentally hit it off. So I had a dog named Brody. He belonged to an ex I was with a very long time. He was a little Jack Russell. Ellis, geez. And so that's the first time I've heard another dog named Brody. So cute. Okay. I'm just scrolling down here. Let's see. Sorry, guys. I just lost her. Here we go. Here it is. Would love a message from Brody, my dog who passed away. Thank you. Oh my God. Boy, I bet you miss this little guy. Wow. Guys, don't forget, if you like this and you find it valuable, and oh shoot, I keep hitting on the wrong messages trying to scroll down. Please make sure that you like this or something so that more people can find Veronica's page and more people can find my psychic medium page listed down here. Okay. So let me find that again. So I love Brody's energy. Oh my goodness. I bet you totally miss this energy. Wow. What a, I mean, it's always hard, guys. It's always hard. Oh, June, I'm sorry. So let's see here. I just absolutely love this energy. Brody's energy is just such high intelligence, such quick thinking, so easily bored, such a need for physical activity and play and fun and mind games, so engaging. I'm seeing just very intense, beautiful eye contact. And not little. I mean, in spirit, sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes they show me things. I can usually tell like by the size of the dog. But it looks to me like a medium-sized dog with like maybe medium length wave fur. Is this Brody? Is this right for Brody? Maybe like a medium-sized dog. Small enough to pick up, but not a little dog. And Brody hung around with you when he passed. He's still there. He still visits you. But when he actually passed, because our soul is heaviest then, and we have we're still more earthbound at the time, he hung out with you for quite a while and like hung out with you to comfort you and to be present with you, and was sort of in awe of the experience from being out of his body but still there with you. Okay. She says he was smart. It was so scary. Yes. 60 to 70 pounds. Well, that's a medium dog. That's what I'm talking about. That's a medium dog. Australian Shepherd. Okay. That is big for an Australian Shepherd. Still a medium-sized dog, but for a male Australian Shepherd, that's a good sized dog. Yep, 60 pounds is still a pretty good size. The girls are usually about 35, 40, so it's a good sized boy. I love medium-sized dogs. They're great. Yes, he was so smart. It was scary. Yes, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? Thank you, Michelle. So, let's see. She says, yeah, he was, yeah. It's actually not, Michelle. My parents' last shepherd that passed away was 140 pounds. So, it is a good sized dog for an Australian Shepherd, but 60 to 70 pounds, I guess some people might call it, but it's not. You're just starting to get into the large dog range, which usually Australian Shepherds are not. They're actually considered medium sized dogs. So he was definitely a big boy. My cousin has 3 of them. Three Australian Shepherds. And she has me babysit them. And oh boy. For the first couple years when 2 of them were puppy-like, I got no sleep. I was like dragging my face in the mud when I would sit with them. All right, Jackie, you have to go potty, don't you? All right, hold on a minute. So let's see. Did he visit using my cat who is still alive? So he visits with your cat. And I know where you're getting this idea from. He tries to get, you need to go potty, don't you? Oh dear. Well, let me see if I can keep my reception. Come on, I'll take you potty. You got to go right outside and back. So I was going to have my Jack Russell use her potty pad, but she's determined she's going to go outside. Okay. So, come here, Jackie. Jackie, come here. Come on, outside. So here's why you're thinking this, that he's using your cat. He's not actually using your cat to work through your cat. Go potty, Jackie, because we got to go back in. He's not actually using your cat, but he's trying to use your cat to get your attention, if that makes sense. He's trying to use your cat to get your attention. So your cat, because cats straddle both worlds so easily. Good girl, Jackie. Good girl. She had to go potty, my Jack Russell. He's using your cat to try to get your attention so that he can then have a breakthrough and connect with you. Come on in. Let's go. Jack Russells. Let's see if they do what I ask. Nope. 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 Look. Look. She's not going to do what I ask. Nope. She's going to go her own way. So hopefully I'll keep reception out here. But so that's what he's doing with her, because he really wants to get through to you and wants you to know he's okay. He also really hung out with you intensely for the 3 days after he passed. And just to try to comfort you and give you that same grounding energy. But he's perfectly fine on the other side, and he loves you so much. Your cat interacts with him just like it's nothing, because cats do that, right? Let's see. So let me share this as I round this up for you, Elisa G's, because I want to try to get to a few more people before I have to log off here. Know that Brody tries to let you know he's there also by rubbing up and by sitting and putting his foot on your foot. So, and it's usually like right beside you, like if you're sitting in the kitchen or something. So, I'm trying to think of a way to tell you to try to feel this. Don't try so hard, but if you're focused on something else and you all of a sudden think you feel something and it seems super subtle, go with it. Trust it. Okay. This is something we learned in our Awakening Your Intuition program, is how to pick up on these things. And remember, it's just the subtleties. So if you can learn to trust it and acknowledge it, then you'll be able to experience it more. Okay. Oh my God. He always did that when he was alive. Well, that's one of the ways he tries to let you know he's there now. And so by doing that familiar activity, that's how he's letting you know, like, you know, he's hoping you're going to recognize that he's doing these things that are familiar to you. So yeah, he's actually doing that. And it's usually when you're sitting like in a chair or on the edge of something, because he likes to sit right there next to you, kind of in front, but next to, so he can, you'll feel the weight of his foot on your foot. Okay. And that should really help you. Yes. He lets you paw across your foot. Yes. Well, he's doing that now. He does that for you. Okay. Let's see. Nicole says, this is awesome. I'm hoping my mom will come through. Nicole, if I don't get you today, will you please come back on Monday for Angels in Action? I am taking the people that were waiting for their human readings on Wednesday and Friday, because I just switched back to Furball Fridays. But I'm trying to keep today just about animals, okay? You're so welcome. Tanisha, welcome. Oh my gosh, guys. I can't wait to go to the barn and see my horses, but I do wish I could sit here for the next 3 hours and read for all of you. Okay, let's see here. Let's scroll up a little bit. See, we've got Starred, Merritt, Ticey, welcome. I know, Michelle, isn't it cute? Hi from Newfoundland. Venetia. Let's see. Okay, Jackie, come on back in, sweetie. Sorry, guys. I know it's rude, but I have to put my fur babies first. And she needed to go out. She asked me so sweetly, so I had to let her out. Jackie, this way. Jackie, come here. Jackie. The question is, can I get her to go back in the room? I don't know. Jackie. Come on, Jackie. Come here. Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. I got to grab her and put her in this room. Come on. Let's go back. We have another reading. Tom. Can you bring Jackie back in the bedroom, please? I'm so sorry. Sorry, guys. She got away from you. My husband's got to bring her back. Okay, nope, you're not coming out either. Okay, menagerie, Venetia, right? All right, so Venetia, let me see who you're talking about here. Hold on a second. Hi, Sharon. Welcome. Kate, Maxine. Let's see. A special puppy around you also, Katie Conway. Awesome. Guys, please don't take it personally if I don't get to you today. I will come get to you on Monday, okay? If I don't get to you today. And Veronica has amazing readers on here if I don't get to you tonight. Okay. Let's see. Venetia, I'm trying to see who you're asking is with your mom. You have so many animals, Venetia, on the other side, and they are all with your parents. Let me look here and see if I missed something up here from you, Venetia. I don't see anything else from you. So, Venetia, if you could just put in the comments, hi, Jackie. If you could put in the comments what you were referring to. Hi, Georgina. All right. Let's see here. All right. Venetia, I'm not sure if you're still here. Who you are? RJ. Oh, RJ. Oh, yes. RJ. Sweet RJ. Hey, buddy. Yes, absolutely. Your parents were waiting to embrace RJ, actually. So they knew and watched what you were going through. And they were ready and waiting for him, actually. And yeah, he's there. Actually, Venetia, let me see. He's sitting on somebody's lap. Did you give him a trim or something before you had to put him to sleep, Venetia? Yes, Tanisha, your grandmother is definitely with you. Please come on Monday and we'll go more in depth with your grandma. Okay, Tanisha? So, because Venetia, RJ looks like he's all like spiffed up. He's trimmed in all the right places, but he's still long and woolly. He looks like he's been bathed and groomed. But he looks like, it looks like you trimmed him up before you had to put him to sleep. And He's actually sitting on your grandmother's lap. He loves your grandmother. He loves your grandmother. So I'm trying to see which grandmother it is. It's I see you, Amy. Yes, he got a cut. Okay, got you guys starred. I'll try to get you guys for at least a quick answer. If I get home from the barn quick enough tonight, guys, I will go back through my last few lives and I will answer everybody. I'm trying to give you something quick, but then for a longer reading, you'll have to come meet me on Monday or Wednesday. Okay. So he did get a cut. Okay. I have you guys starred. So he's sitting on your grandmother's lap. It's the grandmother that liked to sit in a nice big comfy like chair. It looks like a recliner chair. She's just sort of like sitting there, a really comfortable chair, like a queen. And RJ is sitting on her lap. He is like completely spoiled. I think it's the grandmother with the Native American background. She's got this nice, calm, solid energy about her, and she just loves RJ. And it looks like he is just spending a lot of his time just on her lap. He just loves her. And he's all spiffed up and clean and spoiled and just happy as a clam. And he also says he's, and you and I know this, Venetia, but he's saying he was so stressed out. Okay, here we go. My dad's mom, the Indian, was an animal lover. That's where I get it from. Yeah, that's where he is. That's whose lap he's sitting on. Wow. And he's like, Mom, I was super stressed. And I was hypersensitive. He's like, once I left my body, everything got so peaceful and quiet. He says he just breathed a sigh of relief because he wanted to stay with you as long as he could for you. And he was determined. He was going to stick it out. He would have stuck it out. He would have stuck it out a while. Hi, Presh. Welcome. He would have stuck it out a while, Venetia. He's like, Mom. He loves calling you Mom. If you hadn't helped me cross over, because you knew my soul knew it was time, my little doggy brain would have wanted to stay here. And I would have fought and fought and fought and fought no matter how miserable I was. But he also says, Venetia, you knew he was ready. Yes. And he wants to thank you for that. Because he says, I didn't know how ready I was and how much I needed to go until you let me go. And he's so grateful. He's literally like when babies take a breath when they're born and they fill their lungs with oxygen, and then that's usually why they cry, right? Because it's uncomfortable. That's what he did going to the other side. He's like, I was like, oh, yeah, Mom was right. This is so much better. Because he said his senses were so overly sensitive. He's like, everything was loud. Everything was startling. Everything was uncomfortable. The lights were too bright. The scents didn't smell right. Nothing tasted okay. He's like, everything was just, my senses were weird. But his focus was loyalty to you. Be your love bug. And so he wants to thank you for that and for following your intuition and for really getting in touch with his soul. Because if you just ask him just as a little doggy, he would have been like, no, I'm staying. Okay. So that's amazing. So he wants to thank you and he's very happy. He's very happy on your Nan's lap. So thank you for letting me read for you. Did you bring someone with you today, Venetia, for a reading? Let me know, please. Yes, you knew he was ready. So let's see. Presh, I've got you starred. Guys, I'm not going to be on too much longer because I have to drive an hour in bad traffic and rain to get to my horses. I'm going to get to as many as I can here. And then if you have a human reading, please, if you could wait until Monday, I'll be back on 4 on Monday. I'm going to try to get as many of the animal readings as I can. And Presh, I would love to reach for you. She was at work and couldn't join today. Okay. I didn't see or sense an energy of someone you brought, but I know you mentioned you were going to bring a friend. So, okay. Well, there's always next week. And guys, if you have an animal reading we don't get to today, those I do include in my Monday and Wednesday readings. I just keep Friday for animal readings because they usually get sort of neglected and put to the wayside. Okay. Nicole, I'm glad you're enjoying this. Yes. Well, she can come to any of Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, and we can read for chance. Okay, Manisha? All right, guys, let's see. All right, hold on, guys. Scrolling back up. So I'm going to do this because, Tanisha, I'm going to do this because I know you were on the other day, and you said, hi, Jackie. And you said that, where are you, Jackie? Everybody can see you. There you are. Look at all the stuffed animals. Sorry, a pause in my readings. Do you guys see all this? Do you see all these stuffed animals on the back of our couch? My dogs take them up there. There are dozens of toys up there. Dozens. This is their couch, huh? All right. So, Tanisha. I know, Kira. Isn't that cute? Welcome, Angela. Thank you for tuning in. So, Tanisha, I'm just going to quick connect with your grandmother because since we're doing Furball Fridays, this is for animals today, but I know you were waiting last week to connect. Hi, Jackie. Thank you for saying hi to her. Natalie. So let's connect with your grandma here. So, remind me of granddad and grandma Scottish throwover. Aw. Hi, Eva. Welcome. So, hi, it's my grandma's anniversary today of her passing. Yes, she's absolutely with you. When you think of her or speak to her, Tanisha, she's with you. Okay. They're outside of space and time and everything's instantaneous, right? So when you speak of her or talk to her or are missing her, she can be present with you with whatever she was doing, okay? She wants me to remind you of something because she doesn't want you to carry sadness or what many people do, dread the day of a loved one's passing every day for the rest of their lives. That's not necessary. So she wants me to remind you that our human calendar is something we have made up, we have instilled. We use the rotation of the earth to measure the day, the rotation of the earth around the sun to measure the year. So yes, there are these cycles going on, but please remember, and I know this is really hard to do, it's not actually the day that she passed. It is the date that she passed. Okay. It's actually the date that she passed. This is very important. If you read or study any of Eckhart Tolle's work, The Power of Now or Stillness Speaks, he talks about how the ego is always in past and future, right? So when we miss and we mourn or when we're fearing the future, that's us being in the egoic mind. But your eternal soul is ever present just as your grandma's is. And she would rather you engage and learn to connect with her in how your relationship has not ended, it is merely transformed, than to allow dates and reoccurrences of things to bring you greater mourning. And this is something she wants for you because, and I can relate to this with all the readings and everything that I do, guys, because it really does make people miserable. I've had clients who, for years later, it's like, oh my God, this is, this person died or this animal died. And for that whole month that a loved one passed, they are mourning and miserable and depressed and upset. And I'm not saying you're taking it to that extreme, but she appreciates that you're honoring and celebrating her life on today. She just doesn't want you to carry that with you as a burden. Okay. Now, she's showing me, it looks like it's a scarf. I guess it could be a blanket. It's fabric. It's folded like in half and then in quarters. It doesn't look like it's very big. It actually looks like it's a scarf. It seems to be a light, silky, soft material. Does that resonate with you? Do you have something like that in your possession that was of your grandma's? It's one thing she's sharing with me. And then she's also showing me, it doesn't look like, it doesn't look like store-bought flowers. It looks like little potted plants, like not big, like the size of little plants that would like fit on a windowsill. Maybe like, I mean, they're not, they were, I guess the best way to put it is sweetly cared for. Her hanky, yes, that's the size. Yes. Oh, wonderful. How sweet. How sweet. Guys, I don't know what they're showing me. When they show me things, I just have to describe what they're showing me. I don't have a meaning for it. Okay. Her handkerchief went missing and you found it. Wonderful. Well, she's glad that you found it because she wanted you to have that. She wanted you to have it. Okay. And then she's showing me these little potted plants. I don't know if these were hers or if they're yours or if they belong to a loved one that she's trying to connect with. But she's showing me the little potted plants. And then, I'm just going to throw these random things she's showing me out there. Come here, Jackie. Come on up. She's showing me what looks like a bathroom. So I don't know if the potted plants were in the bathroom, if something happened in the bathroom. There's something significant in a bathroom, but she's showing me a bathroom. Let's see. You put the hanky in your granddad's aftershave box. Oh, how sweet. That's wonderful. You have their items together there. That's perfect, Tanisha. And then, oh, you made one as a kid. She put it in her garden. Oh, okay. Well, let me ask her. Let me ask her if that's what she's talking about. Look, guys, look at my cat. Look at my cat. Can you see him in the way? Isn't he freaking cute? It's Tangelo. Let me ask her if that's the little plant, the little pot. I was giggling at the pot because Tanisha, it's that would make sense if you made it for her as a kid, because I had to giggle because it looked sweetly loved was what came to my mind, sweetly loved. So it wasn't like, it was like, it looked like it could have been cared for a little better and it was kind of cutely planted, but it was loved and planted well. So now that you're saying you made one as a kid and she put it in her garden, that would make sense as to why I was giggling looking at this little potted plant. So these things are validation for her that she's sharing with me so that you know it's really her that we're connecting with. Sometimes souls can give me this validation in detail. Other times, like the young man that was coming for Brenda, you can see how much more vague that reading was because of the trauma blocks that his friends and family have. But he will eventually be able to come through in the same detail that your grandma is. Okay. I'm sharing that so all of you know and understand this is how it works. Try to educate everybody on how this works so you guys can trust in this process. Okay. Don't forget, if you guys find this valuable, please make sure you like or love this broadcast so that other people can find it. Okay. You can follow my psychic medium page down here. Join Veronica's online psychic readings if you haven't done that as well. Let's see. She says, the bathroom. Yes, the other day in the bathroom, I was at my lowest. Okay. Is this the bathroom with the window in it, Tanisha? Is this the bathroom with the window in it? Because she was showing me a bathroom and was saying the bathroom. Okay. So what does this tell us? It is cool, isn't it, Michelle? So spot on, very cool. Yeah, do you realize this always amazes me too? It amazes me that spirit can come through like this. It's so freaking awesome. So, like I said, guys, you can see the difference between this soul coming through to me and the young man I was reading for Brenda. If you were on for that, that was so much more vague, and it wasn't his fault, and it wasn't my fault. It's us trying to have to fight to get that connection, and we can block that from this side. And I'm not blaming his loved ones or family. I'm just saying that trauma energy there, as that clears, that young man will be able to come through in detail like this as well. Okay. So you were at your lowest. Okay. So what that tells me, Tanisha, is she was there witnessing that with you. And let that please be validation for you that she really is present. Because how would I know this? I don't know you. I don't know your grandmother. I don't know anything about you or your family. I don't know anything about where you live, your bathroom, the plant, the hanky. All of this is coming from her. So I have such chills, and that's your grandma coming through and thanking me and saying, yes, she has a clear path to communicate to you through me. And that's why we're getting so much good validation. I love it when that happens. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God, you notice he's smiling. Oh, bless your heart, Tanisha. I always tell my husband, Tangelo smiles when he sleeps. He's like, he always smiles when he sleeps. So I can't believe you saw that through the little bit I showed you. That's so great. Okay, so then she says, I got one for a present, but I gave it to my granddad. The plant was a lavender. Oh, yes. Okay, so that's why I saw purple flowers. Okay. All right. That's cool. That's very cool. That is very cool. That wasn't even a detail that registered. And that would be why I said plants. So that's perfect. Yay. Thank you for sharing that. Okay. So you guys can see how this works full circle, because if it doesn't resonate with someone, then I have to make sure A, we have the right soul, and B, I have to ask them to clarify for me so that I can give you something that's more accurate. Okay. Let's see. I always see Jackie. Let's see. I always see Jackie notices a lady around you. Really? That's wonderful, Tanisha. Thank you. That would most likely be my grandmother or my great grandmother. They're present with me a lot. Yes, Michelle, it all comes together like a puzzle. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that, Tanisha. That's amazing. I love that you can see that. So this is the first reading where I just got a mini reading. Thank you. I'm so glad. Yeah, my grandmother, my great grandmother usually only comes for interaction when it's necessary. She has something to share with me or show me. She's always present, but she normally doesn't need to necessarily interact. My grandmother was like my best friend. We were so close, and she always tries to stay close and present. So thank you for that, Tanisha. That is such a blessing. I appreciate that. That's so cool. Oh, really, Bernadette? I don't know Bernadette on the other side, but I can check. I'm going to do some reverse readings on Monday, and I can check in then as well and see. That's good. All right, let's see here. Let's see. All right. So, guys, I'm going to give us a few more minutes, and then I have to go to my horses because they're going to need dinner, and I have a long, dangerous ride to the barn. Nicole says, this is just truly amazing. I'm truly hoping my mom can come through like this. Oh, Nicole, I hope so too. Nicole, since you have a human reading, would you mind so that I can spend more time on it coming on Monday? Monday or Wednesday? So Wednesday, I'm going to be live at 3 p.m. EDT, which is 8 p.m. BST. On Monday, it will be 4 p.m., which is 9 p.m. BST. Okay. You're getting Lacey and a sister. Wow. That is cool. Well, Tanisha, if you want to come back on Monday, we can check that out. Okay. I'm going to send you with your grandma right now. Definitely good, Nicole. Awesome. I'm going to send you with your grandma, Tanisha. I think you got some amazing validation today. I would log and journal that down so that you don't ever forget when you're missing her and you're looking for that validation. You don't ever forget the validation that she came through for you today. Guys, your loved ones, your animals, they know you're here. They come through for you. They come with you and for you. So that was all for you today, Tanisha. Okay. You're so welcome. And thank you for being so patient. Hi, Jackie. Come on up, sweet love. All right. I'm going to go up. I'll do a couple more here. And then the rest of you sweethearts are going to have to either get on with one of Veronica's other amazing readers on here or come meet me on Monday at 4 o'clock. Okay. See here. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And guys, I'll try to, like I said, I get too tired. Sometimes I'm at the barn all night. But if I get home in time, I will get on and I'll answer in your comments in here, okay? Let's see here. I know, Jackie. Jackie's just standing here staring at me. She's like, Mom, it's almost dinner time. Okay. Let's see. Kira, I'd like to go into this more depth with you. Can you come on Monday and we'll go over this more in depth? Because I think this is going to take a few minutes. It's nothing you need to worry about, but let's investigate this. I can investigate this from here, but let's take the time to do that when we have some more time. I think this is going to take some more time. What you can do for right now until Monday is you can do a couple of things. This is what I do. I mean, I just fill my house with light now, but you can ask for guardian angels, like ask them to literally stand guard at the corner, each corner of your house or each corner of your property. And then ask them to completely flood your house with light and love and unconditional light. And or you can do this yourself. You can sit and radiate light out, see your entire house being filled with light. When that happens, right, if there's anything you're feeling is strange or uncomfortable, it leaves no room for anything that's not light. And then we can get to the bottom of that on Monday. Okay. You are the one here incarnated, so you have free will. So energies must, I know people say this isn't, people tell you it's not true and you have to do this and that, but it is true. I know it's not exciting when someone like me comes in and says, this kind of thing is pretty simple and this is what you can start with. I know the ego doesn't like to hear that because the ego wants it to be complicated and all this stuff, but this will get you through until Monday. Okay. There's only, and I'm not saying this is not, I don't feel anything bad here. I don't feel like this is dark energy by any means. But if there's anything that makes you feel strange or uncomfortable, you can always tell it to go to the light, and it must, because you're the one incarnated with a free will. It cannot really enter your space without your permission. The strangeness might just be a beckoning or something from, you might be sensing things from portals from other dimensions. And I'll investigate that for you when we get in on this on Monday. Okay. I might even be able to do it over the weekend, but come back on Monday. We'll get back to it. Otherwise, sort of follow those instructions and you'll be okay until Monday. Okay. And then we'll go over it more if you don't mind. That was beautiful for Brenda, wasn't it, Angela? I'm so glad that young man really tried so hard to come through. Okay. Let's see. All right. I'm moving up here to see who else I got, guys. If there's anybody else I missed. I have a new possession. I will be starting in June or July. This is going to be for you to build confidence. You just need to be authentic and be yourself, June. You need to be authentic and be yourself. And this job is going to give you the opportunities you need to grow and to do that. Okay. And then if you want something more in depth, you can come back on Monday. Okay. But this is a place for you to really carve your space and be get in alignment with yourself. That's really going to serve you here in this new position. Yeah, that was beautiful evidence. That's a good way to put it, Maxine. I'm so grateful to her grandmother for that beautiful reading. Okay, so it looks like I got that. She probably popped off. Femeta, I hope I'm saying this right. Femeta Damon 7020. Are you still here? If you are, bless your freaking heart, man. I know you guys have been very patient. Let's see if she's still here. Guys, I just go where spirit guides me. I try to take whoever's in order. I know Linda wanted something too. We have Rebecca and Maggie. Gloria wants to know her guide. Gloria, is that your spirit guide or an animal guide you want to know? Michelle wants to know her animal guides. You are, yes, you're starred. And let's see. Starlight Blessings. She wants to know her. Okay, we're going to do that in a minute. Kara, sounds like a plan. Good, Kara. Awesome. All right. I don't see. Cat souls. Okay, Nico. Let me get you started here. Guys, I got to be quick for the next few of this because I need to. Oops. I need to go to my horses. Okay. So it looks like Femeta logged off. That's okay. Let's do this one here. Starlight Blessings. Are you still there? My beautiful dog that passed, is she doing okay? Let me know, Starlight Blessings, if you are still with us. You're one of the later comments, so I think you're probably still there. Hi, Christine. Welcome. Yes. Oh, awesome. Awesome. Let's see here. Oh. What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. She is okay, not just okay, Starlight Blessings, but thriving. She says she wants to know that you're okay. She wants you to be okay. She doesn't want her departure to be the cause of any sadness. She's showing me one of her favorite things about you was, oh, sweetheart, was to see you smile and your laughter. She loved to make you laugh. I have to show you guys this. Look, he's moved over. Right? Can you guys see? I can never get this right. Can you guys see? He's slowly moving onto my lap with that smile. Loves your joy, loves your laughter, loved the sound of your laughter, loved to make you happy. This is a very, very sweet soul, your dog who passed. Absolutely, not that dogs aren't this way, they are, but she absolutely unconditionally was focused on your well-being, on your happiness, on your being okay. This was one really, really empathic dog. They're all empathic, but she was super, super sensitive, super, super connected to you. If you were unhappy, she was unhappy. If you were stressed, she was stressed. If you were happy, she was happy. When you laughed, even if she didn't know what you were laughing about, it gave her the greatest joy. Okay? She just is just this completely empathic, empathetic, beautiful soul. And I'm asking, okay, well, why did she come to you that way? And it was really to support you and your energy and the extension of your emotion, to take some of that on for you and to carry some of that, and then to reflect back to you the love and the joy that you experience in the world, and to bring you out of that, to give you love and joy, to get you to smile when you were struggling, to comfort you and make you smile and laugh. And that was her purpose. She's like, Mom, that was my purpose. Isn't that sweet? Mm-hmm. You relate to this. Good. Yes. Very, very sensitive. And so even on the other side, because this was the nature of her soul, on the other side, she is caring for how you're feeling, because feelings were very, very important to her. She's caring for how you are feeling. Okay. And she wants you to be happy. She said, in caring for her, you took everything into account that you possibly could have. And she wanted to thank you for loving and not just caring for her, but being protective of her, for considering, most people, she says, don't consider the feelings and emotions of their non-human companions. Many do. Probably most of you on here do. But as a canine energy, she's observing that. She's noticing that. She's saying, yeah, typically that doesn't happen. And she lucked out. She chose you. And she said you did respect her feelings and you did respect her preferences. You did care about and take the time to recognize that. Okay. She said, as a non-human animal, she landed softly. She was spoiled, she was loved, she was played with, and she said there was never a day that she was with you that she did not feel a loved and equal and valued member of the family. She's so happy and she's so cute. And she's like, but I'm right here. I'm right here. And she's showing me, so she's showing me a couple favorite spots. It looks like one, it was sort of like a little dark, quiet, safe nesting spot on the floor, but where she could see everything. But that was her little like private, quiet spot. And then she's showing me, yes, she was sensitive and you recognize that. And then she's showing me, it looks like she had a favorite spot. It looks like a couch. It's higher and it's soft. She's showing me like from dog's perspective. It looks like it's maybe, I don't know, a foot or two off the ground. And that she had a favorite spot on this piece of furniture. I know, Natalie, isn't it beautiful? And she's showing me that space, and she's showing me that she doesn't need the quiet space on the ground that was her quiet safe space anymore. But she does like to come and be near you guys. And so she's showing me she will come up and sit next to you guys, like especially like next to her dad, like right next to his thigh. She comes and sits there now in hopes of letting him know that she's present, giving him the quiet opportunity to maybe recognize that she's there without it being obvious. Let's see. You said, that's good. I asked the angels to take her over because she was so sensitive. Yes. Yes. Well, she did. She had dogs welcoming her, and she had angels welcoming her as well when she crossed over. But for dogs, it's like, I'm here, and then, oh, I'm still here, but I'm here, and I feel better, right? So it was a very easy and comfortable transition for her. Okay. Let's see. She had her own sofa. Oh, how sweet. That's why she was showing me. She had her favorite space on the couch on the sofa. I know you want me to feed you. We're going to feed you shortly. She's like, you got to be done, Mom. Okay. Let's see here. So please know that she landed softly on the other side, and she's perfectly fine. Okay, she's perfectly fine. She's joyful. She's happy. She will be so excited because she will see you both on the other side, right? When you cross over as well. You guys are in the same soul family. You guys agreed to come together, and she chose you. She chose you, okay? So just know she does visit you. She tries to make herself known and present to you. And after this reading, it'll be easier for you to connect with her, okay? Yes, you're very welcome. You're so welcome. All right, guys. Let's see. You're very welcome. I'm going to answer this, and then I'm going to do a couple other things and close up here. I'm not sure what this is about. 1PIW544. Please forgive me, but I have honestly never seen you before on any of my lives. So it might be, I love that you're coming from YouTube because I'm trying to build these YouTube pages. Maybe before, because we do this through StreamYard, maybe you came on as iPhone and not your identity. So I apologize. I don't know what's going on. But you said, I'm coming through to you here the third time. Not sure why. Maybe someone has a message for me. I ignore and I don't hear for some reason, maybe. So I'm sorry I haven't seen you before. I don't know why that is. Maybe you meant today, because I see earlier you said I'm coming. But sometimes if it's, I like YouTube best actually, but sometimes if it's StreamYard, it may be not there. I'm not sure. If is there someone specific that you want to hear from? It might just be that you are coming. No worries. Yes, today, just today. Okay, good. Because I was gonna say I haven't seen you before until today. I'll tell you what. If you come on Monday or Wednesday, you probably are being drawn here for a reason. It might be your spirit guides or your angels, or maybe a loved one on the other side. So if you don't know and you don't have a specific question, why don't you come back Monday or Wednesday and we'll try to figure that out together. Okay. Guys, if you are interested in the Meet Your Spirit Guides that is coming up, you want to meet your spirit guides. It is May 30th at 12 p.m. EDT. I have opened up 3 more spots for it because it has filled up already. Okay. If you're interested in that, you need to email me at larkinsreadings@gmail.com. If you are feeling stuck and want the next 3 steps, you need to, as a mindset coach and a reader, I often offer free discovery calls. They're 20 minutes long. They are free. I only do 10 of them a month. Please be sincere and clear about what it is you want and need help with. Okay. Hi, Kathleen. I did not read for Smokey and Kane yet, Kawizi. So I stayed on with you guys an extra hour and 7 minutes, and I will suffer for it tonight because I have to drive an hour to the barn in this terrible weather. I have about 6 to 8 hours worth of work to do, and I'll probably get home here in the middle of the night. So I do actually have to get off. Spirit Guides is amazing. Thank you. I'm so glad you enjoyed it, Natalie. So if you like this and you want to follow me, my Larkin Psychic Medium page is down here. You can like and follow and see what events and things I have come up. I have an awesome membership that is free and low cost if you want to be able to have free access to learning and growing these things with me. Thank you, Nico. I'll be as safe as I can. I appreciate that. Kathleen, dear, I've been on an hour and 10 minutes later than I should have. So if you would like to get a reading, please join me again Monday and Wednesday. I just can't get to everyone or I would never get off of here. Okay. So you can join me again 4 p.m. EDT on Monday or 3 p.m. EDT on Wednesday. Thank you all for coming, for holding space, for letting me read for you, and for your patience. I will see you all on Monday. Have a great night. Bye-bye.